and welcome to another episode of Ask AJ with me, Sam.
And me, Phil. I was going to say good morning. Is it? What time
It's afternoon. It's 1:15 in the afternoon that we're recording this. Thought they could watch it.
I wonder why I was hungry.
Let's start off with our customary weather report. It's not so bad this morning, I think.
Monday, Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
Tops off.
Tops off, not your hot top, I hope. Okay, so we're here today to talk about something that we were asked about yesterday. Although somebody's being very noisy over there, like me and Maria. Maria Jones, not related. She decided just to do a really noisy job just to look like.
Yeah, she only claims that she's related to the owner, she's not.
Well, it depends on who asked her, doesn't it? So we got asked yesterday about, because we were at a beautiful home in excess of 2 million. Would we put this home in the paper? And by paper, they really mean kind of in Sunday Times, in Telegraph property section, you know, the sort of high value papers. And we said no, and we explained why.
Yeah, and the first question we have back is, what's the objective of putting your home, however it's positioned? Is it a direct advert? Is it advertorial? Is it a very well-known person, or is it about who this person is and then the property is as an extra?
Mm-hmm.
What's the objective? Is the objective a status symbol? Is it for ego? Is it for, or is it for leads?
And what's a lead exactly?
A buyer lead, so someone to call up and view and then hopefully buy. And obviously the answer was a buyer lead, because that's the point of trying to sell a house.
But that doesn't happen.
But that doesn't happen. Yeah. So the question came up because he'd spoken to quite a few agents over the last 6, 9, 12 months, and whether the big, huge national agents or the small independents over there, and they'd all given him the same advice in terms of print ads, that it's worth doing. You should pay print ads in the big papers like the Telegraph and the local ones. So he's asking us for our experience, and we have done it in the past. We have tried all methods of marketing that you can possibly imagine, whether it's small local papers to the big Sunday posh ones.
I was putting adverts in papers when you were about that high. It's true.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, so and the result, we've never had a leaf in them.
No,
ever.
never.
And we still, now and again, get invited to put homes in some papers, which we do because we don't have to pay, and it's obviously it's nice for the owners to see their homes in the paper. And every now and again, we hope we're going to get some of the back of it. We never do, but it's an opportunity that we can.
Well, no publicity is bad publicity, is it? But I suppose the question is.
And that is nice for status if it's free.
Yeah, it is. It's nice, yeah, and it makes more people aware that our house exists, that we exist, etc. So
yeah, and any interested parties that come through other media, yeah, that come through other methods, we can then send that link on, and it's a bit of status for them as well, that the house that they're hopefully going to buy is featured in the Daily Mail, is in the, hopefully not the Mail, but the Telegraph, but a lot do get in the Mail.
So I used to work with the lead marketing director of a major national estate agency chain, a very, very high value one. And we were having a chat one day, and I said, just tell me, because all his properties, all the high value properties over sort of 2 million were in the Sunday Times every single Sunday. And I said, just talk me through that. And he said, well, first of all, the clients pay. And the clients pay anything up to £3,000 to be in the Sunday Times. So it's a big cost.
3,000 for how long? How often?
For one insertion.
For one?
Yeah, for one insertion. A whole page is tens of thousands of pounds. It's a huge amount. Although they probably won't be charging that right now. I'm guessing
no.
You might be able to get a bit of a bargain. But even if it's 1,000, it's a huge cost. So first of all, the vendors, the clients, the owners, it's definitely not worked. Is it still running? Yeah. Sorry, this happened exactly the same last week. So he said to me, first of all, the clients pay. So we don't have to pay to be in the paper, and yet our name is in the paper. So the clients are paying for our name to be in the paper. Secondly, it's not about the buyers. They're not interested in attracting buyers. They need more properties to sell. So they're getting, so by their clients advertising in the Sunday Times, they're getting more publicity, and it's not even at their expense. So that's why they were doing it. So when you see these adverts for people like Knight Frank and Savills and Fine & Country in the Sunday Times, or the big glosses at the weekend, that's what's happening. They're not paying for them. Very rarely do those companies pay for them. In fact, if they were absolutely convinced that they would work, why wouldn't they pay for the advert to be in? Which is why we don't pay.
If you want to buy some nice meat, you go to the butcher's.
Good to know. I'm vegetarian.
If you want to buy a house, most people go to RightMove.
Yeah.
Because of how RightMove have set themselves up over the last 10 years, it's become the go-to place. For that amount of money, it is total luck, if you get a buyer that happens to be that hasn't looked on RightMove, that all of a sudden, that second of reading the paper, decides they want to buy a house over £2 million and sees your property at the same time. It'll be total luck. And why would they just go and see that home that's in the paper without checking if there's a much nicer house next door that's also on the market, which is cheaper, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's a needle in a haystack. But I can understand why people ask it, because you might have been in your house 25 years, and when you bought 25 years ago, you might have found it in the paper.
Yeah.
You might have gone out with your husband, and you might have gone out for Sunday lunch and set all the papers out in front of you and looked through the paper for a house, and that was your RightMove. But RightMove has eradicated all that. You don't need to do that. You can just look in one place.
Yeah, that's definitely not saying that you can rely on RightMove just put it on RightMove and that's all you need to do. It's certainly a million miles away from that. But things are developed into a position where, because everything is on RightMove, that is where the majority of people go.
Yeah. Somebody phoned me the other day actually and said, look, a buyer, this is what I'm looking for, and I was trying to match it to some of our homes, and she said, is it worth you registering my details? I said, yeah, of course, because there is a match that goes out as soon as, the property goes live. But actually, RightMove is quicker and better. We can't possibly compete with RightMove. And why would a buyer want to register with 53, because that's what there are, 53 estate agents in the Lake District, and that's not including the nationals, when they could actually just register in one place and decide whether to get daily alerts, weekly alerts, or just-in-time alerts, which is when it goes live and they get an alert straight to the phone. Which is why, by the way, our phones ring, because even we can't be as quick as that. Our phones ring as soon as a property goes live on RightMove, because once that home is available for viewings, RightMove tells everybody, and that's where we get the phone calls. Yeah. And that's where you need to be. And
this isn't coming, everything we said here, it doesn't come just off feel. From what we feel and what we see, it comes off that we've actually trialled it and tried it, and we speak to hundreds of agents across the country who are all doing the same thing, that have never noticed any difference when they've stopped the print ads as opposed to having them. So it's not just coming off feel, it's coming off actual results. It's coming from evidence. And it's actually the same thing on the same lines as Facebook ads. We've tried Facebook ads all over the country for a particular house. You might have seen them, yeah. But again, the ones with abusive comments.
They don't work. They just don't work. They don't generate any extra viewings. They don't phone up and say, I've just seen it on Facebook, any more than I've just seen it in the Sunday Times. So
no.
RightMove is where we put our attention and where we put our effort and our money and our skills and our team is in the styling, is in the photography, the descriptions, the brochures, the floor plans, the signs. Yeah. That's where we put our time. And in our training our team to be amazing on the phone and to be passionately selling every single house.
Hopefully, if you go on RightMove and search Lake District, you'll be able to instantly see an Ashdown-Jones house compared to another.
In fact, yeah, tell us in the comments below what do you notice on RightMove, or what do you notice the way it looks compared to all the other houses. So let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And not necessarily just the obvious thing.
There is one obvious thing, yeah. But we like to know that when we put a photograph on RightMove, you can see it's an Ashdown-Jones photograph. All right, well, hopefully that answers any queries that you were thinking about print advertising and why we don't use it, and whether it works in 2020. But if you've got a question that you'd like us to feature on Ashdown-Jones, on Ask AJ, we'd be delighted to. And Maria promises to be quieter next time.
Wasn't my phone.
Wasn't my phone. All right, bye for now.